Namaskar. I am Vishwanath Pandey and represent Total Hospitality. Friends, I am also the president of Food Service Consultants Association of India. Today we are going to talk about what are the essential 10 things to make a successful restaurant. There could be a varied number of answers that you can have that needs to be there for a successful restaurant, but these 10 are the most essential. To start with, when you're planning a restaurant, the first and most essential thing is the concept and your target audience. Friends, you should know what you're wanting to open. You should know what the product line is going to be like. You should know who's your target audience, who's going to enjoy that particular product line. You should know how you're going to position yourself, what are the financials that are required. So the target audience and the concept that you create will help you create a better business plan and a feasibility study. So the basis of any planning should be the concept of your restaurant and the target audience that you're going to cater to. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, once you know your concept, you know your target audience, you'll have to look at your business plan. So you create your business plan. So you create your business plan in terms of having figures, having numbers that you will achieve, having the kind of costs that you will incur, seeing your P&L, trying to create a trial balance, understanding how much of financial kitty you need, and things like that. So once you know your concept, you have your target audience, you have created a business plan, you are sure that you want to get into the business. The third most important thing is the location. Location plays a very, very vital role. Friends, for example, you're doing a fine dine restaurant. You should be located in an area where people can come in. The access should be good. The visibility factor should be there, the welcoming feel should be there, and stuff like that. If you're wanting to do a restaurant, see, there are majorly 2-3 kinds of restaurant. One is a casual restaurant, second is a semi-casual restaurant, and third is a fine dine restaurant. What do you mean by a casual restaurant? Casual restaurant is a restaurant where people come basically to fill their stomach. You might have a non-air conditioned, it can be a mess, it can be a canteen for the students, it can be a small cafe which is not air conditioned and stuff like that. Semi-casual is where it is not a fine dining, but you have air conditioned and non-air conditioned spaces where people come not only to fill their stomach, but yes, have a little bit of dining experience. Third is the fine dine, which basically means where you're going to have a great experience. People come there not for food, not for service, but for a proper experience. From valet to valet. So, from the time he comes there to the time he goes, everything comes as a part of the whole experience. So now, depending on the kind of place that you're wanting to open, you should look at the location that you take up. Create an ambience according to your concept, your target audience, right? And the location that you have. So don't overdo things, don't underdo things, do it rightly. So after you have done your concept, create, your target audience, you have created a business plan, then you have taken a location, you're creating the ambience. Take up the licenses and permits. So once you've taken the location, also apply for your licenses and permits, because that is again very important. You need to be having all the licenses to do a trade in the particular complex. So you should be sure before you start investing. So you start applying for your trade license and then start your works in the space that you've taken. Next comes the menu planning. Friends, menu plays a very crucial role in success of any restaurant. If you think you're doing a restaurant with a great concept, the menu composition is also very important. There are a lot of times I see a lot of people creating menus but are not complete, and because of which they lose a lot of customers. We should ensure that we have the right mix of items in a menu. In today's menu, it is important to have Instagrammable products that are Instagrammable. What do you mean by that? It means that you create products that are pleasing to the eyes. You create products that have some drama around it, and then you wish to take a video or photo. So creating a right menu is very important. Don't get too adventurous in trying to make a larger size menu, too adventurous menu, which your people cannot make, your kitchen cannot handle. No, a big no. That's not right. Do a menu that's small, crisp, ideally reflects your concept and the interiors that you've created as a restaurant, and that can be dished out well by your chef. In that menu, where your mother items are there, your creative menu is there, please ensure that you have Instagrammable products that are also there. Buy the right crockery around the menu, and then your menu will be complete. One part of making the menu also has to call for the right kind of kitchen equipment that you need. So when you start making a menu, start making the menu with the menu structure. That is the categories in which the food products are going to come in. Keeping those categories in mind, the kitchen can be designed. And the spacing of the kitchen and spacing of the back of the house, that is where your receiving stores and things like that will all be in place. So once you get into the detailing of the menu, create the whole menu, and you're done with it, then you need to look at the pricing of the menu. Pricing of the menu again plays a very important role. People who don't do the right kind of pricing end up making losses, although having so much of crowd. So you need to price it rightly, where your margins are in place, all your costs are taken care of, and then you're left with a decent sum. Your price again has to be right according to the target audience that you're targeting. It cannot be higher for them or cannot be lower. People will not value your product if it is not priced rightly. So pricing plays a very, very important role in the whole aspect. After you're done with the whole menu, you have designed your kitchen, you have created the whole menu structure, you have made all the menu items, done the pricing, you need to buy crockery and cutlery, which is again very important. So these aspects all together are the heart of your restaurant. This needs to be done rightly for a successful restaurant. Friends, please pay attention and take notes if required, because this is going to be the heart of your particular restaurant that you're creating. Next comes the staffing. The staffing that's behind the scene and in front of the scene. Behind the scene are the chefs. You need the right chefs who can create the kind of menu that you have designed. The front end staff is the guy who is going to be your salesperson. He's going to sell your particular products. If it's going to be a mother item like a paneer butter masala or a dal makhani, he might be able to do it with ease. But if you're making a Noor Jahani paneer kofta, he needs to explain that to a guest. So friends, there he should know what the new product is. He needs training. The chef has to make a good Noor Jahani kofta. The service personalities need to know whether it's a mildly spiced or a thin gravy, thick gravy. What kind of dish is it? Once he knows that particular product line, he will be able to explain it to the guest more better. And once he explains the product well to a customer, he sells the product. So staffing and staff training is very important. During that process, also I would suggest create your SOPs. SOPs means standard operating procedures. Because once your standard operating procedures are in place, things will not change on day-to-day basis. People will not end up making the same mistake every day. That is a big pain point with a lot of them. So your menu planning and staff and their training becomes the heart of your organization. Right? So we have touched these points: concept with the target audience, we have made the business plan, we have done the right business plan, we have located the right space, created the ambience, we have applied for the licenses and permits, we have done a beautiful menu by doing good menu planning, we have taken the right staffing, done the training for them, and next most important thing that comes in the whole array of stuff is marketing. you need to market the place very well. How can you market the place very well? So there are a lot of social media organizations who will do an SMO for you. There are a lot of things that you need to keep in mind while trying to make your social media a successful one. It is not about just doing 4 posts a week. It's not about just promoting few products of yours, not just about picking up some photographs from online and posting it and making people remember your restaurant. No, you will have to penetrate into the right target audience. You will have to ensure that they're able to see your USPs. You should ensure that it should lure them to come to your restaurant. So once a social media campaign that's done, which helps you increase your footfalls in your restaurant, that is successful. So you need to do a proper campaign, for which you will need to do some good photo shoots, video shoots, and things like that. Other than that is influencer marketing. Friends, please remember, you need to use influencer marketing because they can influence their end customers. They can tell them, they can give the path of faith towards your restaurant being good. So if they imbibe that faith or trust in them, those customers will come to your restaurant. Once they like your food, service, they have a great experience, then they would become loyal to you. So then they start coming to you regularly. So the pattern of using influencer marketing is also very important today for you to reach to more people, to pass on the message of what's your specialty, to pass on the interiors and the space that you have created for them to know them, for them to know that it is good and they need to be there to come and experience that. So that is very important. So that is the next thing that you need to do. After which comes your launch. It has to be a soft launch and launch of the space. I am sure if you do these things rightly, you will start doing good business. Then comes your cost centers. You will have to start looking at how you are able to manage your cost center. So you will start fine-tuning your supply chain. So you have to create a supply chain to start any organization, any restaurant or cloud kitchen. Yes, but fine-tuning the supply chain to getting the best prices, ensuring that your margins are better, will make it more successful for you because every rupee saved is like every rupee earned. So that's very important. And then finally comes your financial management, which actually takes the whole cream, where you should understand which category of your business, which part of your business is pinching you more, where you can fine tune, increase the efficiency and ensure that you make the best out of the whole system. So friends, today, these are the major areas that I would like to suggest, which would help you in making maximum profitability, making a successful restaurant for yourself. There are a lot of other things also that can be there in the whole process, which we probably must have not discussed but can be discussed. There are a lot of other things like doing a special menu. There are a lot of things like doing flash marketing and things like that, which we'll be speaking in the next segment. Signing off, Vishwanath Pandey. If you think of hospitality, think of Total Hospitality International. Make sure you share it with somebody who will benefit out of it. Thank you.